see you, man.
See y'all.
Okay.
Tim,
Yeah, man.
I don't know if Dad's updated any commercials.
Check 1 2. Check. Hear me?
Yeah, check 1 2.
Okay. Check 1 2. All right, we good. Yep.
If you love your vehicle, why would you have it serviced at just any ordinary shop? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. At Renato Buick GMC, their service center provides a team of knowledgeable service technicians that aim to make your life easier by working within your schedule without disrupting your busy life. They're open on Saturdays, plus offer service loaners and pickup and delivery within 25 miles, plus premium upkeep with authentic parts without the premium price tag. Give your vehicle the service it deserves at Renato Buick GMC. Best service, best prices, best selection, one location. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right below the Cleveland Mall.
More sunshine, more warm temperatures. Looks like we're going to soar into the mid-80s in many areas this afternoon with complete sunshine. Then tonight, clear with lows in the upper 50s, and Thursday, sunny. Still very warm, and the humidity still very much in check, so it'll feel nice. High temperatures in the middle 80s. Still warm on Friday with temperatures well into the 80s again, and then over the weekend, a frontal system will get close enough so that we'll stand the chance of seeing at least some shower and thundershower activity. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
Currently at the Big O Country Studios, it's 4:05.
For performance you can count on, it's a Bush Hog from West End Sales in Vail. Trust in a Bush Hog, a company whose name has become synonymous with the task. That's performance, that's reputation, that's a Bush Hog. Celebrating 67 years. Come in now for 0% special retail financing for 36 months on select new Bush Hog equipment. Built Bush Hog tough. Yes, for performance you can count on, it's Bush Hog from West End Sales, Highway 18 North at Highway 27 West intersection in Vail. It's the Set the Standard sales event at Bill Schubert Heating and Air in Shelby. Now through June 30th, get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months or up to $1,000 on qualifying American Standard equipment and payments as low as $99 a month. But hurry, offer ends June 30th. Don't miss it, the Set the Standard sales event. 0% APR financing up to 72 months or up to $1,000 cash back and payments as low as $99 a month. Bill Schubert Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, where comfort is their concern.
All right, welcome out to the Classic Ford Studios here on a Wednesday afternoon. Tim Johnson and Mr. Baseball himself, Kenny Link. We're live here at KTC Broadcasting, WCSL, 1590 AM station on your dial. So tune in every Wednesday. We're going to bring you nothing but a power pack of the very best in sports, Ken. And we are starting things off with the Wells Fargo Championship, Ken. It is back at Quail Hollow, and it's going on this week. And a lot of your top name professional golfers are there, Kenny, and I know you're a big golf fan just like myself. Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth. I mean, they're all there, Ken.
Yeah, boy, I'm not as big a fan as you are, but I do appreciate your sport. All you golf lovers, if you want to see some good golf, go out there and see it. 9 out of the
Beautiful
top
course.
14 ranked golfers in the world are playing. Plus, Mickelson and Woods are also out there playing, and there's a little bit of amateur pro stuff going on. I heard they said that Coach Rivera played around with Mickelson, so you got some Panthers out there and some names out there playing around with these guys, but they'll get down to business come Thursday, and they'll be playing for this championship.
Yeah, if you've never been to Quail Hollow, I suggest you to go out there. That is absolutely a spectacular course there. Beautiful. We had the golf pro on there. I think it was last year when we had golf pro there, and he was on the air with us live before the PGA Championship. Who came to Charlotte, and I tell you, Ken, it is a beautiful course there. The layout, it's a tough course too. I played that course twice, and I do a lot of work there at Quail, do a lot of events there for the members and stuff, and I tell you, it's just absolutely a spectacular event there every year.
Going to have great weather this week, it seems
beautiful.
like. Beautiful weather. It's so warm. It brought me and Tim both out with shorts today. You know,
I'm telling you.
Tim comes out a little bit sooner than I do, but I wait till it gets at least in the 80s before I break out that
All I got to say, look out, ladies. Look out, ladies. Ken's on the loose.
Hey, Tim, let's talk some high school baseball.
High school baseball?
The conference play is over, and they're doing conference tournaments this week. In the South Fork 2A final standings, North Lincoln won that conference with a 13-1 record. Bandy's close behind with 11-3 record, and you got Lincoln 9-5, West Lincoln, East Lincoln, and Lake Norman all 6-8 in the conference. And Tim, those 6 teams made the conference tournament, which was started yesterday. And in the tournament results, Lake Norman beat Lincoln 10-1. Bandy's beat Lake Norman Charter 9-1. West Lincoln beat East Lincoln 12-0, and North Lincoln then beat West Lincoln 4-0. So bottom line, tomorrow it'll be the championship game. It'll be at CBCC up there at Hickory at the old Fireground Stadium. Bandy's versus North Lincoln, and Tim and I will be there to bring that to you on WLON 1050 on your dial.
And, of course, we'll be pulling for North Lincoln Knights to win the conference championship and take that high seed right into the state playoffs, Ken. Would they have probably a top 4 seed? Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, as conference champions, they should be have a top a seed, and they should be maybe at least maybe a couple games at home.
I would say
if
at least
they win
2 or
the
3.
first one, they maybe could be at home. Bandy's is the other team that'll be in the tournament, and then Lincoln, who finished third in the regular season. But Tim, the fourth team in the playoffs, I understand they take 4. Not sure who that's going to be. Sound like it's going to be between West Lincoln and Lake Norman Charter, and I don't think that's been determined yet.
Well, I would probably give West Lincoln. I'd give them the edge, Ken, wouldn't you? Just because I'm going to tell you why too. I think they beat Lake Norman Charter not long ago, and they beat West and they beat East Lincoln too. But the thing about it is they got beat by East Lincoln, I think, last week. So,
but in both those teams won a game in the tournament yesterday before losing. So you can't say one did one better in the tournament than the other.
Well, if you look at Lake Norman Charter, I mean, they beat Lincoln, who was probably a 3 seed. West Lincoln, defeated East Lincoln 12-0. I'm kind of shocked there because both of them teams kind of equal, evenly. You know what I'm saying? And to win 12-0, that tells me the West Lincoln Bats played a really big role as well as their pitching.
Well, I think it depends on Max Preps where they got these two teams ranked, Tim. And I don't right now. I'm not
like I say, I don't
I'm
either.
not knowledgeable of who's ranked first or was ranked first before this week. So
I'm just going to have to go with what you say.
But
I mean, you would
bottom
know.
line, we're going to have at least 2 Lincoln County teams in the playoffs next week, possibly 3, and KTC Broadcasting will be covering Lincoln County teams. We will be covering some of those games.
All teams, whoever many teams
in there, we're
going
to try to cover what we can as far as we can.
Also, Ken, to Southern Piedmont, 1A final standings, Lincoln Charter, they are 13-2. They won the conference. And also Cherryville, 12-3, 17-8 overall. Highland Tech, 10-5. Bessemer City, Yellow Jackets, 6-9. That's our good friend Russ. He's the head baseball coach there. Know Russ well, great guy. Thomas Jefferson, 4-11, and Piedmont Charter, 0-15, Ken.
And they started their tournament results yesterday. And Highland Tech beat Piedmont Charter, and Bessemer City beat Thomas Jefferson. And those 2 teams will now play the 2 teams that got byes. Lincoln Charter, who finished first, and Cherryville finished second, got byes. And so the semifinals today has Highland Tech going to Cherryville to play the Ironman, and Bessemer City going to play Lincoln Charter. So the winners of those games today will play the championship game. I assume that will be tomorrow.
Does Highland Tech have a chance to upset Cherryville?
Yeah, they do. They got a pretty good team, and they finished pretty strong. I say that's a toss-up game. You never know.
I don't see Bessemer City beating Lincoln Charter.
Probably not. But we'll see.
Lincoln Charter should be the favorite to win overall. I think even the tournament too. But Cherryville, you never know about Cherryville. I mean, Cherryville's big-time baseball. And if they get hot, they can win that tournament too.
And as far as the playoffs, Tim, I'm sure Lincoln Charter, Cherryville, and Highland Tech will be in the playoffs. I don't know how many teams they take. I don't know whether Bessemer City could be a 4th team or not. I don't know how many they take in that conference.
I would think Bessemer City's going to have to win out.
But 1A, they take more 1A teams. They do the other divisions. So who knows?
And WCSL will be following Cherryville Ironman through their state playoffs. Milton Baker, our good friend, and of course Danny Aker, both of them will be covering the Cherryville Ironman baseball throughout the state playoffs. As always, they do football and basketball as well, and they do a sensational job too. So you can tune in to WCSL 1590 here for all the baseball playoffs for the Cherryville Ironman.
In the Big South 3A, Tim, they got the semifinals is going on there. in that tournament. Stuart Kramer is at Crest today, and Burns is at North Gaston. And those are the semifinals. The winner of those games will meet for the championship of the tournament. Crest obviously dominated that league, only lost one game in the regular season, and they're the favorite to win that. But North Gaston has got a good team, and Burns has been coming on strong here late in the season.
I was going to say the same thing. Burns has really played some really good baseball. They're not too far down the road from us where we're at right here. I can see Burns beating North Gaston. Burns beat Crest, too, earlier in the year.
Yes.
Not long ago, actually. So,
those all those teams might, I don't know how many they're seeing. They might be in a time. I feel sure Crest, North Gaston, and Burns will be in the playoffs. And Crest, we expect to go deep into the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely.
And that'll be covered on WOHS, the Shelby station here on KTC Broadcasting. They'll be following the Crest and Burns as they go through the playoffs. Tim, in the Northwest 2A, Shelby is playing at RS Central, and I couldn't get the information to say whether that's a championship game in that tournament or not. I know East Rutherford lost in the conference tournament early on.
No, that's a shocker to me.
Yeah, the last place team in that conference upset East Rutherford.
Right. If I'm mistaken, last I had talked to Coach Reynolds, he said that Brett Urey was playing good ball. But I talked to Stevie Sanders the other day, and Stevie told me that Brett was hurt. So, and the last time I talked to Coach Reynolds, he was telling me that Brett was probably playing better ball than anybody on the team. He thought he was probably the best hitter on the team as we speak of. But if Brett's hurt, and that could hurt their hitting lineup for sure, because Brett, he's got power, he's got speed, great baseball player, and of course he's a product here. He lives here in Cherryville, but he played at West Lincoln the last 3 years. But great young man. So we're hoping that Brett is playing. Hope he's not injured. But for what Stevie Sanders telling me, he was kind of banged up. So
Kevin Hastings just texting that the two games that Crest has lost this year, both the Burns. One was in the Easter tournament.
I remember that.
Crest.
Yes,
that's for first loss, and they beat them in a conference game later on. So their two losses this year have come to Burns.
I knew they beat Crest one time, but I was thinking it was just regular season. So they beat them in the tournament too.
Easter tournament, regular season. So they're playing really well here at the end of the season.
Lynn Hart is the new coach there, and he's doing a great job with that program. So, so hey, you never know. Burns might get on a roll.
Maybe. So we've got some good teams in this area. Obviously, RS Central, East Rutherford, South Point in that 3A conference. We expect all those to be in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Kenny, let's go to a break here, Kenny, and we'll be back right here on WCSL 1590. It's the best in sports right here at the Classic Ford Studios, and we are live today, and we're going to bring you nothing but the best in sports right here today.
NASCAR racing right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Country Gold with Terry Clark.
I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me this week for Country Gold, where we play all your favorites from the 80s and 90s.
Country Gold with Terry Clark, Thursday afternoons 1 to 5 on Big O Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Kaz Gralla beginning to turn the wick up again on Johnny Sauter.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Several drivers who are seeking to establish their names.
The hardest racing drivers in NASCAR.
Laps are precious, so is time.
On a date with the Dover Monster.
Trouble on the front straightaway. Both of those trucks made hard contact.
The Jags 200.
Trying to steal the victory from Johnny Sauter here in Delaware.
Friday at 4:30 on the Motor Racing Network.
The Jags 200 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series from Dover International Speedway, Friday afternoon at 4:30 on Carolina Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Starting May 10th, the new Cherryville Farmers Market opens Thursdays at 220 East Main Street in downtown Cherryville, right behind the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce. Local growers, local farmers, bakers, artisans, and crafters are all invited. For more information, call the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce at 704-435-3451. Become part of the local food economy and support downtown Cherryville with the new Cherryville Farmers Market every Thursday from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. starting May 10th.
Keep
The Roundup store in Shelby is having a round 'em up, clear 'em out, get 'em out of the way sale. Right now you'll find odd and end sizes of windows, brand new at up to 50% off. Different sizes to choose from. But hurry, there is a limited supply. First come, first serve. Don't miss it. The Round 'em up, clear 'em out, get 'em out of the way sale on odd and end sizes of windows. Brand new at up to 50% off. The Roundup store, Highway 74 Bypass, East in Shelby.
Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln will brighten your smiles with professional cosmetic dentistry and smile enhancement procedures for everyone. Even Duke fans will smile at the work of this Tar Heel. The office of Dr. John L. Cloninger III is located at 904 Doncha Drive. For an appointment, call 704-735-0765. That's 704-735-0765. And John III says best wishes to all high school athletes.
Maybe a punctuation mark on a career night.
There's a new Kubota for every job, every harvest, every task. From zero-turn mowers to utility vehicles to tractors to construction equipment, Kubota fits the bill. Kubota products are engineered to work only 2 shifts, day and night. Kubota has tractors ranging from 18 to 168 horsepower. Whether you're moving tons of earth or just cutting your lawn, Kubota will never let you down. And check out their zero-turn mowers with decks from 42 to 60 inches. The Kubota Z-Series can handle any terrain. See the lineup today at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, at the Highway 74 Bypass Oak Grove Road intersection in Kings Mountain.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of housing discrimination.
It's so wrong.
But who has the power to stop this?
You do. The law is on your side. If you've been discriminated against because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status, file a complaint with HUD. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
Visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. A public service message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
The Carter Chevrolet Swap Shop on Big O Country, 1590 AM WCSL Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Okay, we're back here on the Best in Sports Show here on a Wednesday afternoon. Tim Johnson and Ken Link. We've been talking sports.
I'm trying to sing a little bit, Ken.
Well, I tried to sing. I never could figure out how to make I could make a joyful sound. It just wasn't too joyful to the ears of others.
Yeah. In a moment, the intrigue's there for you. Taking you back to the early days, Ken. That's some of the great beach music right there for you. Can't get no better than that.
Let's talk a little college baseball.
NCAA Division I college baseball rankings, Kenny. Florida, Stanford, Oregon State, the top 3. Ole Miss, Arkansas, and your UNC Tar Heels, Kenny.
Yeah, the state Wolfpack was up there about 3rd last week, and the Tar Heels went to visit them this past weekend in Raleigh and whooped them 3 times. And so UNC is now 6th in the rankings, UCLA 7th, and the Wolfpack, NC State, has fallen down to 8th. My Tar Heels, Tim, was ranked high preseason, and they come out of the gate slow, not playing well, and they dropped way down, but they've got hot. They won 8 straight and 18 out of the last 21. They're playing excellent ball here at the end of the season. Texas Tech is 9th. Another ACC team, Clemson, is ranked 10th.
You know, it's been a long time since Clemson's been in the top 10. I'll tell you that right now. That used to be a powerhouse.
Yeah, it used to be up there every year in the top 10.
You're right.
And other ACC teams or North Carolina teams in the top 20, Tim, East Carolina, ECU, dropped 3 games this week at Houston, so they've dropped down to 12th in the rankings. Duke is 13th. Florida State is 16th. And a team we know a little bit about from a couple years ago, Coastal Carolina, is 18th.
Yep. What, 2015 national champions?
They won the national championship. So we play pretty good baseball in these parts as far as college.
Absolutely. I mean, the
North
southern
South Carolina,
states have got some baseball.
We do it.
No doubt about that. So, hey, what's been going on with Chandler? Have you heard much about Chandler Jenkins out at ECU and Alec?
I don't think he's getting as many starts now as he was. They had a guy that was hurt. He was All-American last year, and I think he's getting more playing time. But I think over the weekend,
so Chandler's platoon.
Chandler, he pinch hit a couple times, did okay, but they got swept by Houston this weekend. All games were close, but they lost 3 close games, so that's the reason they dropped. But they have a good team, got a lot of good players on that team.
Alec Burleson's he getting to play much?
He's getting to play a little bit, not as much as he was early in the season, but
Well, he got hurt. It hurt him when he got hurt, when he had that surgery.
Talked a little bit with Chandler's dad. He just said they got a lot of talent on that team.
They do. They do.
They're trying to give a lot of players playing time. So
might get Keith to give us a call here at the station, maybe do an update sometime on Chandler.
Tim, let's talk about Major League Baseball. I'm a little excited about the Atlanta Braves.
I am too. Since you just tell me between the commercials, man,
but let's talk a little bit about the American League first. The Boston Red Sox are still hot, Tim. They're 21-8, but guess what?
Yankees are
coming. Here come the Yankees.
Here comes the Yankees.
Only 2 games back, and the Yankees beat Houston last night, 4-0. Verlander's on the mound. Now, they didn't beat Verlander. He shut them out for 8 innings and struck out 14. But they took him out, went to the bullpen. Sanchez, the catcher for Yankees, hit one out, and they won 4-0.
Yeah. Now, how's Judge doing?
Judge doing good, but Stanton is still struggling.
Is he really?
He is not hit yet. I mean, outside those first game of the season when he hit 2 out, he is struggling. He is really struggling, striking out a lot. So has
he hit any more home runs?
I think he's only hit 1 or 2 more.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's not hit them. He's struggling at the plate, and they're still playing pretty well. And if he gets hitting the ball, who knows what the Yankees will do? But they're coming. They got a good
that
young
shortstop's
team.
good.
Yeah, they've got some good young players.
They do.
Second baseman's a young guy, and the third baseman's young guys. They got some guys that are pretty good. In the West, Houston still leads that with a 20-11 record. Seattle's a game and a half back, and LA's 2 games back. I still think Houston's got the best team there. In the Central, your Cleveland Indians teams are 15-13. Detroit is 3 games back.
Let me ask you a question. Your boy and the Angels, center fielder, how's he doing for you on fantasy baseball?
Trout, he's doing good. He's doing well. Last week he was ranked, I think, in about the top 1 or 2. He slumped a little bit this week, but he's going to give me stats with home runs, runs scored, stolen bases, and eventually average. He's going to give me everything.
He's complete. He's a complete ball player.
That's what you want. He give you 5 offensive categories, which is what you count in fantasy baseball.
So how's your fantasy baseball going, Kenny?
I'm about middle of the pack right now in both leagues, but
a lot of our listeners out there, Ken is I guess you say a GM in the fantasy baseball world. If you want to know anything about fantasy baseball, this guy is a genius. He is a numbers guy, and he knows his baseball. He knows his, especially his fantasy baseball. He does really well picking players. And you've won the league, how many years?
I've won the league. Usually I win it. I've won the toughest league I've won. I've won it 4 out of the last 6 years. And, it's tough. I mean,
so explain tough to me. When you mean tough, like there's several different divisions in
fantasy baseball, it's all about the stats that the players give you as they perform in real life baseball. And so you are, as Tim said, you're like a GM. You draft the players you want. And after you draft them, there's some that don't get drafted. So they're free agents.
So are you considered the Billy Bean or the John Sherholtz of baseball?
Let's put it this way. I always lead the league in moves. So I make more moves than anybody in the league. Moves are dropping one player, getting another one.
So if there's any professional baseball organizations out there that's looking for a GM, Kenneth Link is your man.
And season is 1 month in, Tim. It's 6 months. So it's only 1/6 old.
Okay.
So just because you might not be at the top now don't mean you can't get there.
So, Ken, if you leave us here at the station and you go to maybe to an organization, can I come with you?
Yeah,
can I help you?
You can come.
Okay.
You can come.
All right. You don't want me in the office. Just put me on the field. I can coach a little bit.
You got to leave your biases home. For example, if you go play fantasy baseball, just because you like Cleveland don't mean you can pick all Cleveland Indians. That won't be successful for you. But let's get to the National League, Tim. The National League, the Mets are leading the East, 17-10 record. The Braves are a half a game back.
How about those Atlanta Braves?
They defeated the Mets last
Tommy
night.
Hawk
3-2.
is alive.
And guess what? They brought up a rookie pitcher, promoted him, brought him out of minor leagues, put him on the mound last night. And what did he do? Beat the Mets, allowed 1 run in 6 innings, struck out 6, didn't walk anybody. Tim, that's Mike Soroka. And then the rookie sensation they brought up a week ago, he played 6 games. That is Ronald Acuna. And he was tearing it up in spring training. They sent him down, brought him back up after a while, and he's played and started all 6 games. He's hitting second lineup in front of Freddie Freeman. And in 6 games, he's hitting .417, has a home run, 5 doubles, and stolen base.
So, in other words, what we call in baseball terminology, he's stroking the baseball.
Stroking the baseball. And this is a rookie from Venezuela, Tim. He's 20 years old. This kid's got a future.
So he's a keeper.
He's a 5-tool player. He can run, he can hit, he can throw.
What position he playing? Center field?
Playing outfield. Playing left field
left
now.
Field?
But he has played center, so he can move.
Who's in center field now?
Well, Sarte.
Okay.
And he's a good ball player.
Yeah, he is.
But he was leading off. Now he's in ninth. He's batting ninth. And the Braves are playing so well. They got some guys hitting all up and down the lineup. They're getting solid pitching. I think you're here to stay, Tim.
I hope so.
And
somebody told me that years ago, I'm trying to think, maybe 3 years ago, they said the Braves were 2 years away.
Well,
that's what they said.
They're getting there.
2 years away.
They're getting there now. And, of course, we follow the Braves here on KTC Broadcasting.
Yes, we do.
They'll be on tonight again.
Yep.
They play every.
And they defeated the Mets last night, 3-2. Is that right?
3-2.
Okay.
And only half a game back. In the West, in the National League, Arizona is 21-8. The Rockies are 6 games back. In fact, Arizona's got a good record as Boston does in the American League.
I see that. That's
Giants are
impressive.
6.5 games back, and the Dodgers, Tim, are 9 games back.
Who in the world would expect that?
And they're 12-17. They're 5 games under 500.
Ken, that's unbelievable.
And they just lost Corey Seager.
That's going to hurt
for the season.
Yeah,
he's got to have arm surgery, so he's gone for the season.
Yeah, he's a player. He's a good ball player.
I don't see the Dodgers coming back from this, Tim. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
They're struggling. They're struggling.
9 games back.
Yeah.
Wow. And I predicted them to go to the World Series to play against the Yankees.
Yes. Wow. In the Central, Tim, you talk about a division that's close. You got the Cubs and Brewers leading the Cardinals and Pirates by half a game. So you got 4 teams separated by half a game. That's a battle. Now, last place team, Cincinnati's about 10 games back. They're not going to do anything. But those 4 right there, they're battling. Cubs, Brewers, Cards, and Pirates. So that may be a battle all season. So that's what's going on in Major League Baseball, Tim.
Well, that's pretty exciting to know about my Atlanta Braves.
And I'm excited about it too. They got some exciting young players, and that gets fans interested. Young fans.
Who's the coach of the Braves? I don't even know.
I forget the guy's
I know
name.
Freddie Gonzalez was
not
there.
Freddie Gonzalez.
He's gone.
Anymore.
He was a Bobby Cox guy. Is Bobby Cox? Is he able to do anything within the organization?
I don't think he's doing anything.
He's not
organizationally with the Braves.
Who is it? Who's the general manager now?
Well, it's not Schultz, but
no, Schultz.
I forget who it is.
Schultz is still with the organization, I believe. I think he's moved up. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Schultz has got his hands in the talent field, especially on the with the farm system, without a doubt. That's where it is, the farm system.
Oh yeah, and that's where you build from, and they got some young guys coming up that's playing well.
Yeah. Your NBA Eastern Conference playoffs, Ken. The number 4 Cleveland leads the number 1 Toronto. Now it's 2-0, is it not?
No, it was 1.
It's 1-0 now.
1-0. That's the first game was last night.
Oh, okay.
Because
I thought they already played.
Because Cleveland had to go 7 games to beat Indiana in the first round. Tim.
Yes.
And it took 45 points
out of LeBron.
From LeBron, and they still only won by 4.
I tell you, he's changed.
Oh my goodness!
From a few years ago, his whole game has changed. I mean, he's almost playing like Michael Jordan.
He's playing pretty good.
I'm telling you. Now, I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan. I don't want to upset you or anything like that.
You ain't upset me.
But I'm just looking. I can tell you get a little upset. I'm telling you, he's playing like Michael Jordan. He's taking the team on his back.
He had to get some championship.
All right. Now, see, there you go.
Boston, number 2 seed, leads Philly 1-0. Boston had to go 7 games to win their first round series, but Boston's been decimated by injuries. It's amazing that they made it because they got injuries all over.
I think Philly's going to win that series.
Well, they may, because we'll see.
Toronto down 1-0. I'm still thinking that Toronto's got a chance to win that series against Cleveland. Yeah.
LeBron's
never played good at Toronto. That's the big thing, like a monkey on his back, what do you want to call it, or but I still, Cleveland's Cleveland. They got the greatest basketball player, right now playing on that team in the league, without a doubt. One of the greatest players of all time, LeBron James. But I can see Philly's going to win that series. I think Philly will beat Boston. Toronto can.
Yeah. Now in the
West,
West,
some giants.
In the West, all the first round series in the West were not close. The team that won either 4 games to 1 or 4 games to 1. So you got Houston, number 1, who leads Utah 1-0, and then Golden State, they've already jumped on New Orleans, who shut out one of their first round 4-0. Golden State is now ahead of New Orleans 2-0. And Steph Curry is playing, so Golden State's about full
Yeah, I
strength.
saw that. That's what I meant. I knew somebody was 2-0, so it's Golden State 2-0. It's not Cleveland. Gotcha. All righty, Kenny, we're going to go to a commercial break here on the Classic Ford Studios here at WCSL 1590 AM every Wednesday. We'll be back after these fine commercials.
Car, home, back porch. It's the only one we listen to. I listen to it all day long.
Big O Country, 1590 AM, WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com. It's Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, May 5th at Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join the boss and Carolina Country as we broadcast live during Customer Appreciation Day at Gage Pool & Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. We'll be there this Saturday, May 5th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We'll have free city lunch hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. And register to win some great prizes, including a drone, free rounds of golf, Boss T-shirts, and much more. Plus, Gage Pool & Spa will be giving away pool toys, Gastonia Grizzly tickets, pool chemicals, coolers, and much more. So plan now to be there this Saturday, May 5th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. for Customer Appreciation Day at Gage Pool & Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. For more information, call 704-861-8311 for Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia.
Don't miss the 6th Annual Crossroads Festival this Saturday, May 5th on South Main Street in Boiling Springs from noon till 4 p.m. There'll be free entertainment, a variety of vendors from all over the region, and special kids activities. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for more information. Brought to you by America Inn on East College Avenue in Boiling Springs, by Real Estate Diversified on East College Avenue, Boiling Springs, by Maxwell Pools Incorporated on East College Avenue, Boiling Springs, by Sandy's Country Christmas on West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, by Ed Stybell Imports on Highway 150 West in Shelby, by Boiling Springs Carpet on North Main Street in Boiling Springs, by Tropical Sun Tanning Salon on North Main Street in Boiling Springs, and by Maxwell Hamrick Insurance Agency with offices on South Lafayette Street in Shelby and on North Main Street in Boiling Springs. Don't miss this year's Crossroads Festival this Saturday, May 5th from noon till 4 on South Main Street in Boiling Springs. Here's what's up in Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL, and the Boss, WOHS and WLON. Hospice of Cleveland County is having a chicken dinner Friday, May 4th at the American Red Cross on Falston Road from 4 to 7 p.m., drive-through only. You're invited to the Cleveland County Partnership for Children's 25th Anniversary Celebration and Fundraiser on June 8th. And that's What's Up, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL 1590 AM, The Boss, WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM, and WLON 1050 AM. For more information, go to whatsupshopper.com.
Isolated and alone?
That's how millions of Americans feel while experiencing a mental health crisis.
Need to talk? Our providers love to listen.
Call us now at 1-888-235-HOPE.
That's 1-888-235-4673.
Partners, improving lives and strengthening communities in North Carolina. 1-888-235-HOPE. 235-4673.
Check out the great rates at Pine Mountain Golf Course. Play and ride weekdays for only $21. Seniors play and ride weekends for just $18. Or you can play and ride all day weekdays for only $28. Seniors can play and ride all day on weekends for $25. Make your tee time today by calling 828-433-4950. You'll love this challenging 18-hole par 68 course. The Pine Mountain Golf Course, adjacent to South Mountain State Park. Again, call 828-433-4950 for your tee time.
Free classifieds in every edition of the What's Up Shopper, covering Cleveland, Lincoln, and Gaston counties. Place your free classified ad today in this week's What's Up Shopper.
All right, welcome back to the Classic 4 Studios here at WCSL. Mr. Kevin Hastings just sent me a text. Kenny, he said the Southwestern Tournament semifinal games today. Chase versus South Point, and RS Central at Shelby. We knew RS Central and Shelby was playing. We just didn't know who South Point
was
yeah,
playing. So
and
that's
Chase. Yeah.
Southwest 2A conference.
That's right. It's Southwestern 2A. So, and those teams will be playing today. So we'll have a championship game. Is it tomorrow too?
I assume it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
The winner today.
So good luck to those teams on the Southwestern 2A bracket. All right, Kenny, we got some NFL football. The big draft we had last week, Kenny, is over and done with. And your Carolina Panthers, Kenny, I give them a really strong B for the draft. And I tell you, one of the players that you're going to talk about and go over some of these players is one of them. It's DJ Moore from Maryland, the wide receiver, Ken. I said from day one he was the best receiver in the draft, and Carolina Panthers made them their number one pick for the Panthers.
Yes, he was the number one receiver in the draft, rated by several teams and several analysts. In fact, I think your Cowboys had him rated number one as well. And I thought those Cowboys might take him at 19.
I did too.
But they didn't. We'll talk about the Cowboys.
I told you it was going to pick a linebacker.
But it's 24th pick. They took DJ Moore from Maryland. This is not a skinny guy. He's 5'11", 215. And one of his strengths, they said, when he catches it, he runs like a running back. He can run through you. He can run around you. Or he can run by you. And he's got a 4.42 40 time, 39.5-inch vertical jump. Very explosive. Very productive in college despite playing for 8 different quarterbacks.
Very athletic.
Very athletic, and he's the playmaker the Panthers needed a wide receiver.
He's a bigger version to me, Ken, of a Steve Smith, original Carolina Panther wide receiver. He's the same exact receiver, just bigger.
And he returned punts, and he's been compared to Steve Smith, and Steve Smith himself
he did.
Made that comparison and said,
absolutely,
the Panthers have never replaced me until tonight, and that's basically his word. So that's a great comment. That's pretty clear about what he thought of Moore, and he was talking up Moore when it was the Cowboys pick because he thought they might take him.
Yeah, he did. So,
and the second pick in their second pick in the,
I like this guy.
This is in the second round at number 55. They said they did not expect him to be there. Dante Jackson, LSU cornerback. This guy was the fastest guy in the draft, runs a 4.32 40, and he has played in the SEC for 3 years, and even though he's not a big guy, 5'11", about 180, he's never missed a game. And you play against those athletes in the SEC and you've never missed a game.
And the LSU.
And they say, well, is he durable? Well, he's been
he's
durable
pretty durable
so far.
for 3 years, yeah.
And he's very aggressive because he is smaller. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. And they say he can run with any receiver. Just because he's little, he does not back down.
They'll put him in slots.
Put him in the slot a lot. And that brings us to the third pick with the Rashawn Golden from Tennessee. Now, Tim, this guy is 6'1", 195. A bigger,
tall safety,
defensive back, but he played cornerback, nickel, and safety. And he doesn't go off the charts as far as measurements, but when you look at his film, he's always in the right position. He's also very aggressive, plays very physical, forces fumble. And the Panthers say they would like to use him and Jackson this way. Depending on the personnel they're against, the other team,
right?
They may have Jackson at cornerback, and they may have him at nickel, and they may switch, and the roles of those two positions may switch depending on how the opposition lines up. Because you got the fast guy who can cover the quick guys.
He'll play the spread. If there's a spread offense, he'll cover the slot receiver.
So they can mix it up.
Possibly
that way.
the number one receiver too. He could follow him like it may be a Beckham.
Yeah. So they're like both these guys. Both these guys are aggressive.
I think Marty Hernings did a great job in the draft.
And a lot of people wasn't crazy about that Golden pick just because they hadn't heard a lot about him. But I think he's going to be a good player.
I think he will.
And then at the fourth round pick,
I like this pick a lot.
First pick in round 4, Ian Thomas from Indiana.
Great tight end.
A tight end.
Really good tight end from.
Everybody praising that, said they got a steal.
Yes, they
got
did.
a steal.
Ian Thomas, really good. He was the top 3, top 4 tight end coming out of college. 6'5", 250. He's got some.
And I think your Cowboys would like to got him, but the Panthers grabbed him before they could get their tight end at 131. They had to take somebody else.
We don't trade up, Ken.
Yeah, I know you don't. But I'm real. he'll be their second tight end this year, I think. He'll get playing time this year, and he's eventually the replacement for Craig Olsen when he finally does retire. That's how good he can be. He's great. Got a great story, Tim. I don't know if you heard about his story. Lost both parents by the time he was 10 years old. Well,
no way.
Yeah, his mother died of some sickness, and
gosh.
his father died of a heart
That's
attack.
horrible. That's really bad.
He had a bunch of brothers and sisters. One of his older brothers took him in, and I think another sibling, and directed and raised him. And he's come up the hard way. He went to junior, wasn't drafted out of high school, wasn't recruited hard, went to junior college, did well there, and then went to Indiana in 2 years. He's come on the scene, and they say this guy's athletic. He's a little raw, but he's got the talent.
And it sounds like he's mature, too, for his age.
He is.
And I tell you, that's the kind of people you want to pull for, Ken,
Yeah,
right
it
there.
is right there. Great story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after that, they took a Marcus Haynes, who's 6'3", 235. The defensive end, they say, well, he's undersized. He is, Tim, but he'll be a situational pass rusher for him. He's really good off the edge. You won't have him in there playing against the run, but passing down to somebody you can put in there situationally and use. And then they took Jermaine Carter, a linebacker, trying to get some depth in the 6th round. But, Tim, I really like the 7th round pick. Andre Smith from UNC, a linebacker, 6 feet, 240. Tim, he had a great sophomore year. And coming into 2017, they said this guy would probably be a mid-range pick. Well, first game, he did great. Actually, had a bunch of tackles, returned an interception, 70-some yards. Second game, played great too, but then he had hurt his knee. Ended up being season-ending injury, and so he didn't play the rest of the time. He says he's recovered now, and he could be a steal. He could be that linebacker could back up Keekly and those guys. And Kendrick Norton from Miami, they didn't really need a defensive tackle, but this is a young guy that might replace some of the depth they have there. He's a good athlete for Miami. So those, I'm like you, I think they had a really good draft. Now, some people said, well, they didn't draft an offensive guard to replace Norwell. Well, they got somebody on the roster to do that.
You would think so, or they would have.
Yeah.
They know their talent. They know what they need.
Now, they need some depth at offensive tackle, but Tim, after the first couple guys, there wasn't much there as far as tackle.
It fell off,
you had some guys who could play guard, but not tackle.
Right.
And so and somebody said, well, if you didn't take a running back, you can get a running back depth somewhere else. You don't have to draft it if you draft it depth.
Well, I tell you one thing about Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator for the Panthers this year. He's going to throw the ball down the field. He's going to stretch the field. I'll tell you that. And a lot of people don't realize he's a running back, coach. I mean, look at Emmitt Smith, what he did for Emmitt Smith. So, and when he was at San Diego, LaDainian Tomlinson, so he's going to get the most out of his players without a doubt. Norv Turner will. Yeah, I mean, he'll find somebody. He'll counter that option when it comes to the offensive tackle side.
And then they didn't draft an offensive lineman, but then undrafted free agents, they're bringing in 3 guard center types to play, and all these guys are rated pretty highly and could have been drafted. So they got some competitors
well, the
there.
kid from Clemson played 2 national championships.
Yeah.
So
he played well. And this running back, let's listen to him. This Brendan Bonifin from Louisville. Tim, he was a quarterback until Lamar Jackson came along. We know he is pretty good, right?
Yeah, I would think
so.
Well,
so when he came along, the guy said, okay, he's such a good athlete, put him in wide receiver. Well, last year they put him in running back. Tim, he runs a 4.4 and has a vertical of 43.5 inches. This guy's an athlete.
He's a good athlete.
That might be your depth at running back.
Special teams.
Right there.
Special
teams for sure.
Absolutely.
So I love that pick. So that's some of the Panther pick. I'm feeling good about what they did. They met some needs they had to. And Tim.
To me, DJ Moore and Dante Jackson, to me, those 2 guys were absolutely unbelievable. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So that's some Panthers. And Cowboys had a pretty good draft. I think you predicted that they would take a linebacker with the first pick at number 19, and you're right on it, Tim. They did take that linebacker that you called, Leighton Vander Esch, Boise State.
I read a lot of information. I read a lot of stuff up on Cowboys and stuff like that. And I know they had wide receivers one of their big, on the draft board, one of their top priorities as well. But from looking at their, Ken, I just felt like they was going to take a linebacker because of Anthony Hitchens, him going to Kansas City Chiefs and so forth.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a big need for them to I thought that was the number one need to me. Now, if some reason Vita Vea or Deron Payne, one of those two, dropped down to Dallas, I felt like Dallas would jump on Vita. I even thought maybe Vita Vea, if he fell to maybe 11, 12, they would move up. Yeah, but, I guess Vita Vea was their number one pick, I think. And then I think possibly Leighton Vander Esch, who they drafted, and I think the wide receiver was the third pick. So it kind of fell in place for the Cowboys, to be honest with you, with Vander Esch. I'm not going to knock the pick because that's who I said they was going to pick last week, and they picked him. 1 year starter. 1 year starter.
And some injuries.
And some injuries.
That's
neck injuries.
Yeah, that's a concern.
If it'd be a leg or an arm or something like that, but your neck, what do you tackle with, Ken? Your neck's around that
around
tackle.
all the
absolutely.
tackles. You're right.
So that's an issue for me. They compare him to Brian Urlacher. Well, if you look at Brian Urlacher, what he did, he was he was real aggressive. I mean, he could hit and hit and hit for more. But I don't see this in this guy. This guy is fast. He's smart, without a doubt. He makes plays. He causes fumbles too, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they obviously know a lot more than what I know when it comes to evaluating talent, stuff like that. But he's a great kid, and it's an old saying is, well, I want a great person. Well, I like to have a person with a little edge, you know what I'm saying, with a little meanness to him.
And I think the Panthers drafted some edge. That's one thing about this draft.
DJ Moore's got edge.
Well, and that Rashawn Golden is very physical. He got an edge. He's the one that, not that I'm saying I'm proud of this, he's the one that flipped off Alabama. but I just said he's got an edge.
Yeah, that's the kind of person I want. A middle linebacker, you got to be. You got to be a Dick Butkus type. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or even Sean Lee's like that. You know what I'm saying? Luke Kuechly. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, come on through here, bud. I'm gonna let you know. Yeah. So he's got to get that. If he gets that, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. They also drafted a tight end too, Ken.
Yeah, and I guess it's an attempt to replace Jason Witten if he's going to the booth, and you say that's not a certainty yet.
Ken, it's not certain. I don't think he's going to go now. I think if he was going to go, he'd have done win. I think Jerry Jones is going to say, hey, Jason, stay for this year. Let's have you to ride off in the sunset. Now, is that meaning let's go to win championship? Of course, every team wants to win a championship. Cleveland Browns, Kevin Hayes' team, they want to win a championship. But we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys here. So, is that possible? Anything's possible. Is it going to happen? I don't know. So anyway, I think Jerry's saying let's give you what you deserve, and he deserves whatever he wants at the Dallas Cowboys organization because he has been the face. He's Ken. There's not enough great things you say about Jason Witten.
Yeah.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the top 3 of the greatest Cowboys of all time.
Yeah, and it gets down to a personal decision for him because it's not all about the money, of course. It's also about his health and his family and stuff. So you got to consider all that too.
Here's the thing. He's not going to stretch the field anymore. He hasn't done that in the last 5 years. He'll catch it if it's thrown to him if he's open. Here's the thing. What he does, and what I mentioned to Kevin, what I mentioned to you, he is probably you'd have to say he's the greatest. He is the greatest blocking tight end that's ever played the game.
Here's the thing. He plays ever down because he is such a good blocker.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not a pass
And what is Dallas going to be known for?
They're going to
run the foot. So that's maybe what Jerry's saying. Stay for that. Take this young guy under your wing. Don't Schultz from Stanford. And he played in a pro offense. So he's got the background that, so who knows.
What about your trades, Tim?
I see that.
During the draft, the Cowboys pulled off 2 trades.
Tavon, here's my thing. What did he do for the Rams? Nothing.
Well, so he ran the ball more than he caught it for the Rams.
Well, he's not a running back. He caught 16 passes. Dallas, I hope Linehan can put him in packages where he can be successful without a doubt. Now, I'm going to tell you what I do like. I like the number 2, the second-round pick, Connor Williams.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, we're going to have the best offensive line, and they got something to prove this year. This young man is going to make him even better. And he's got the edge. He's got the attitude that we talk about, Kenny. And I tell you right now, he is going to help, without a doubt, that offensive line. He's going to put them back where they was back in 2016. And that running game, and Zeke, he'll be there for the whole entire year as long as he stays. And I don't think he'll ever get in trouble again. I think he learned his lesson, Kenny.
Well, Tim, if that offensive line is going to be so strong, you think maybe you can cut one of them good offensive linemen so the Panthers can pick one
No,
up?
I think we're going to keep him. I think we're going to keep him, Kenny. Now, if you want to send DJ Moore over now,
we'll keep him a little bit. Tim, to sell the Panthers, I've been reading about it, and they said the owners' meeting is May 21st through the 23rd. Not sure that vote's going to be taken in because I don't think they're going to be ready. But the vote can happen after that meeting with a conference call or whatever. They may have the new owner identified by them, but I'm not sure it's going to be voted on today.
Right.
So we'll see.
Well, hopefully they can get that. They need to get that taken care of.
The only other NFL news was Eric Reed, the safety from the 49ers, previous 49ers, has filed a collusion grievance against the NFL because he is a free agent who has yet to be signed by anyone. And he's claiming this collusion by the owners because he
probably is.
He's nailed for the flag. Would not stand.
Could very well be.
Well, that's probably the reason he's not been signed. I wouldn't say every owner's got together and said let's don't sign him.
I wouldn't. No.
That's collusion.
Yeah,
so
that's collusion. But I don't. Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't see that.
But a lot of safety had me signed. Trey Boston had a good year last year.
Vaccaro.
Yep. Those are good players. They haven't been signed either.
Vaccaro is a starting safety. Dallas has been high on him for a long time. Now, that's a possibility for my Cowboys to go out and get Vaccaro. But I think they're still hoping, somewhere down the line, it could very well be possible that Earl Thomas from the Seattle, who wants to play in Dallas, who's the all-pro, great safety, could be the best safety in football. He's trying his best to get to Dallas. I think he's trying to do – and who knows? That could –
it may do that.
It may do that.
It may get him at a reasonable price because when it goes deep in here, you're going to have to take less.
It'll be a one-year price this year because they'll have to sign him next year because he's up for extension next year, contract-wise. But it'd be interesting to see if Dallas sticks with what they got, or if they try to go out and you maybe get a Vaccaro from the Saints. He's a free agent.
Yeah, he is. So we'll see how that goes. Tim, in NASCAR news, Joey Logano won the Geico 500 at Talladega. With about 28 laps left, you had the big one. Jimmy Johnson spun out. He got gathered up a lot, and then there's a bunch of cars went out on that 28th lap for the finish. But Logano won it. Kurt Busch finished second. Next race is at Dover International Speedway. Kyle Busch still leads the standings, followed by Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick.
So was Jimmy Johnson, was he in the lead or something?
No, he wasn't in the lead, but he's in the top 10.
Top
10. And he spun out. He just spun out and lost it, and there's all kind of wrecks behind it.
So was it a what do you call it, a white checker flag or something like that?
It wasn't. They got it cleaned up, but Joey Logano
he won the race.
So
how's it? Jimmy's not doing too well.
He's had some wrecks and stuff. So yeah, he is not doing as well as he was.
Is he even in the top 10, 12 in the points?
Not in the top 5, so I don't know if he's top 10 or not.
Yeah, that's interesting because Jimmy. I always said Jimmy was going to break that record of Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, but who knows, Ken? He may not, but I still think he'll get 8 NASCAR championships. For some reason, I just think he will. He's definitely one of the greatest race car drivers of all time, and he's got Chip, Ganassi, and one of the great crew chiefs too. So no doubt about it.
Tim, just a comment. We was talking about high school baseball playoffs. It won't be long. The American Legion Baseball will be starting.
I'm telling you.
And we saw a schedule that Post 100's got a game scheduled for 17th. Now, that's about 2 weeks from today, but we know those schedules can and will change because of the playoffs.
Yes.
The high school playoffs. But on another note, talking about Legion Baseball, Tim, on March the 24th, Richard Walker, the Gaston Gazette sports editor, got an award. He was inducted into the North Carolina American Legion Baseball Hall of Fame.
He's the best at what he does.
Tim, he's been covering North Carolina American Legion Baseball for over 30 years. They said he covered his first Legion game for the Hickory Daily Record in 1987. That's after he got out of college from NC State. And not only does he cover great coverage in this area from Lincoln County, Gaston County, Cleveland County, but he's covered 23 state North Carolina state tournaments, 7 Southeast regional tournaments, and 20 American World Series tournaments. So
Yeah, congratulations.
Kudos to Richard Walker.
Yeah,
He's the
absolutely.
best.
Richard's the best. And I tell you, he's helped me and you, Ken, a lot. Yeah, he is absolutely one of the best people in the sports world, in the media, no doubt about it. So congratulations, Richard. Well done. And congratulations, and always a good friend. All right, Kenny, that's going to do it for the Best in Sports here today on WCSL 1590 on the Carolina Ford Studios, Kenny. I tell you, Ken, it's been a great day, great show.
It has, and we'll watch some baseball. We'll see you back next week. Talk some more sports.
Absolutely. So you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you here next Wednesday. And tune in to WCSL. I'm pretty sure Milton Baker and Danny Aker, they'll have the game tomorrow night for the hopefully the Cherryville Ironmen will be taking on whoever they play.
Yes, and we'll have the Bandies and North Lincoln game
on WLON.
I love the station.
Big O Country, 1590 AM, WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com. It's Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, May 5th at Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia. Hi, I'm Calvin Easties, and I want to invite you to join the boss and Carolina Country as we broadcast live during Customer Appreciation Day at Gage Pool & Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. We'll be there this Saturday, May 5th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We'll have free city lunch hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. And register to win some great prizes, including a drone, free rounds of golf, Boss T-shirts, and much more. Plus, Gage Pool & Spa will be giving away pool toys, Gastonia Grizzly tickets, pool chemicals, coolers, and much more. So plan now to be there this Saturday, May 5th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. for Customer Appreciation Day at Gage Pool & Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. For more information, call 704-861-8311 for Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia. Race on into Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain for their Mega May sale this month only. Campers Inn is North Carolina's #1 source for fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers. Find unbelievable deals like a 2018 Palomino Puma XLE, 27 RBQC bunkhouse for only $179 a month. No money down. See Campers Inn for all the details. So put the pedal to the metal because these RVs are moving fast. Visit Campers Inn RV, the RVer's trusted resource. Located on Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersinn.com. When you shop our local advertisers, be sure to tell them you heard it on the radio. That way they'll know that their radio dollars they spend works for them and you too. Even in today's fast-moving world, radio remains the leading media to reach more people. 93% of Americans listen to AM/FM radio over the air. TV viewership is 89%, smartphone use is 83%, and personal computer use is 50%. So if you're a business owner, reach more people with the power of radio. If you don't tell it, you can't sell it. See the power of radio. WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Is the cost of ink driving your profits down? Then listen up. Discount Ink Jet and Toner is here to help. Discount Ink Jet and Toner specializes in refilling ink jet and toner cartridges. Cut your ink costs by as much as 50% or more. Discount Ink Jet and Toner, located on 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
Sheila's Sheds of Shelby and Cherryville has added a new additional location, now open in Lincoln at 2979 East Highway 27. That's 3 locations to serve you. Come by and see Sheila's Sheds for Old Hickory buildings, carports, and sheds. Visit your nearest location for big savings. Sheila's Sheds, 2104 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 2261 Lincoln Highway in Cherryville, and now open at 2979 East Highway 27 in Lincoln. Call Sheila at 704-300-4254 for Sheila's Sheds of Shelby, Cherryville, and Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
If you want it sold, put it on the Carter Chevrolet Swap Shop with Milton Baker. Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 10, right here on Big O Country and KTCBroadcasting.com.